I need someone to show me my place in all this.
Greatest moment of the trailer, and I feel this is so much misdirection, but let me explain why. So Rey says, I need someone to show me my place in all of this. And then it just cuts to Kylo Ren sort of reaching out his hand. And then the trailer just ends. And that is just, it's a great way to end a trailer, and it's a great way to get people talking about this movie. But I think it's a lot of misdirection, and here's why. If we look at both shots, firstly, when Rey's talking here, it looks like she's in her first outfit, or the outfit she was in at the end of The Force Awakens. I think the outfit that she's going to have in most of the film is this outfit, and the reason I think that is a lot of the toys, a lot of the marketing, and a lot of the stuff like that is her in that outfit. And I think that's going to be the outfit she is in most of the film. So I assume that this scene here is very early on in the film, in the first act of the film. And I think this will be one of the first real discussions she's probably going to be having with Luke. And I assume this orange-yellow lighting on the side of her face here is from a campfire or something like that. So I would assume that this conversation is between her and Luke, not her and Kylo Ren. Then we cut to Kylo Ren. So now I think with this Kylo Ren shot, it's actually later on in the film. We see a lot of embers in the background, a lot of things falling down. And I assume it's later on in the film because it looks, he's taken that tape off of his face, and I assume that was earlier on in the film that he had that over a scar to sort of heal it or something like that. So I would say that this takes place later on in the film, not earlier on in the film as the last shot was. I think, and I could be totally wrong here, but I think Kylo Ren is reaching out his hand to Leia. And I know I'm probably going to be completely wrong, but I think he's reaching his hand out to Leia. I think what's going to happen is Kylo Ren's going to be quite responsible for whatever's going to happen to the Resistance in this film. But his inner self is not going to be happy with killing his mom or letting his mom die. So he goes back, reaches out his hand to Leia, and I think towards the end of the film that's going to be one of the closing shots of him saving Leia, and the film's just going to end, something like that. Yeah, so I would say that this scene is between Kylo and Leia, and the scene before that is Luke and Rey. And I know, yeah, it's a huge stretch, and I'm probably completely wrong, and I don't think anyone else has actually said it's Leia yet, but yeah, I really think that'd be amazing if it was Leia, because it would also parallel so nicely to what happened in The Force Awakens with him and his dad. Like, Kylo Ren does a very similar thing in The Force Awakens, where he reaches out his hand with the lightsaber to Han Solo, and this shot here would be so beautiful because it would contrast that so nicely. The object that of his pain and suffering, his lightsaber, the sort of symbol of who he is as a person that was responsible for the death of his dad, would parallel so nicely to this shot where he's empty-handed and he's just reaching out his hand without the lightsaber, without that symbol of pain and suffering and frustration and evil. He's reaching out his hand. It would be beautiful, and it would be such a beautiful moment. I mean, if we parallel each shot here, just look at this. I think it would work so nicely. And again, it would totally make sense if this is Rey that he's reaching his hand out to, but just later on in the film, it would totally make sense. And it would be quite cool. Like, I think it would be amazing if at the end of this film that it's actually him and Rey that go off and sort of leave Snoke and leave Luke behind. And then they sort of train each other. Totally different to anything we've seen before, and that would be amazing. But yeah, let me know what you thought. This trailer was mind-blowingly amazing. Probably one of my favorite trailers, if not my favorite trailer of the entire year. It was beautiful. I was going to try and not watch it, to be honest. I wasn't going to watch it, but I gave in. I watched it, and I'm so glad I watched it. It was really, really good. And in my opinion, I don't think it spoils anything. A lot of people are saying it's like got so many spoilers, and I don't think it does. I just think a lot of the trailer is a lot of misdirection, which means it isn't actually really spoilers at all because it doesn't happen. So let me know what you think about that. I would love to hear your thoughts on that last shot specifically, and let me know what you think about it. What do you think happens? Who do you think goes to the light side? Do you think Rey goes to the dark side? Does Kylo come to the light side? And then also, I've been doing a few vlogs. If you want to check those out, I'm going to link those at the bottom. And then again, if you want to be kept up to date with anything I'm doing on this channel, please subscribe. And until next time, bye bye.